And another thing is that alpha females don't run in packs, and I love being around other alpha females. But
who said that? Who said that?
Who?
And that's why the alpha females don't run in packs.
You were told that.
Yeah.
And that's not true, because I feel like I love being around.
You run in a pack and you're the leader. Yeah. Yes. And so.
Wow. I love that.
Hey guys, Murugi Munyi here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between. It's definitely TMI.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here because for the first time ever in TMI history, in the history of TMI, we have a female guest. We have actually never had a female guest.
Ever. It's you.
Ever.
Are
it's
the
you.
First.
You are the chosen one.
Hey.
You can say your
Hey.
You can say that you're Eve.
Period.
Guys, we have the most amazing woman joining us on the, is this not the table, on the seats, on the set today,
Yes.
And the conversation that we wanted to have today, we were just sitting and just thinking like we need an extra voice. We needed something extra, someone who embodies this thing that we want to talk about so much. And we naturally, automatically, we thought to have our friend Kitt Kiarie.
Yes.
Before I let her introduce herself, let me introduce her a little bit. I've known her for...
Don't say, because then they'll work out
a
how
long
old we are.
time. I've known her for a long time, okay? From before I was a mother. Let me say that.
That's
I
right.
now have 3 children.
That's
From
right.
before-
And your
before she
oldest
was my oldest is 11.
Yeah, there you
so
go.
you can see it has been quite...
1 plus 1.
1
Yeah.
plus 1 plus maybe 9.
9,
Yes,
right.
exactly.
It's a lot.
Therefore, exactly.
It's a long time.
And she is just a fantastic woman. First of all, she's amazing. She's the woman with the biggest ass that I know.
No.
Out of all the women I know in my life, she has the biggest
It's a lot.
bump.
Oh my
I
gosh.
must say,
Thank you so much for
And
this
to-
honor.
Honestly, yeah. And congratulations for this.
Thank
I would
you
like
so
to
much.
congratulate
Thank
you and your
you.
husband both.
Am I getting
for this.
like a check?
You're not, in fact.
Nothing.
Yes. Beyond just being a badass woman, she is a mother, she is a wife, she is a sleep trainer, she is a home arranger, she is a content creator and an influencer, and she's just an amazing woman. How else can you describe Kitt? And how long have you known Kitt?
I haven't known Kitt that long, actually. I think it was last year.
Yes.
I think it was, I don't know why, I didn't know I wasn't following you. Remember I told you, I was like, how do I not follow you? But I'm always seeing her content.
Yes.
So I started following you.
Murugi.
Yeah. I started
Murugi.
following her like last year.
Yes.
But anyone who Joe loves, I just know that I'm going to love. You know? Anyone who I was like, how
She has good taste in people.
She does. She
Yeah.
does.
And
So-
asses too.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I figured that.
How many times are we going to say us in this
I'm so
episode?
sorry.
As
I
often
just
as
want
possible.
to. Okay, got
Feel
it.
free, yeah.
Got
Feel
it.
free.
Yeah.
And one thing which I feel like you challenge me on
Yeah.
is you challenge why I think this is beautiful and
Yeah.
this is not.
Yeah.
Because you're always talking about what should, like anything is supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Dark skinned women.
Yeah.
Any way someone is supposed to be beautiful. And anytime I'm on your page, I'm always kind of trying to challenge that way.
You
in me.
question?
Yes.
Because I question myself a lot. And I'm like, this thing that I love and this thing that I find...
It's like, why do I love it? Why? Exactly.
Why?
You do that
Yeah.
as well. And
Yes.
I think you're one of the most simply confident women that I know.
Yeah.
And Kitt is comfortable and she wakes up from that
Yeah,
moment.
exactly.
Then to when she's looking like a bad bitch.
It's
And
true.
it's authentic. You
Yeah.
can tell
Yeah.
you really love yourself.
Yeah.
So many things about
Yeah.
your content actually make me feel so uncomfortable, and that's why I stay.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm always like, why do I feel
Why do I do
triggered?
that?
Why do I feel judged? Why am I so
Talk.
bothered? Even when
Talk.
something not to do with me, and I'm just like, why is this
Yeah,
upsetting
why?
to me? It really they make me think so much.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I love that as well
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like you challenge what it means to just be a
What's the
woman,
status
Yes.
quo?
or just be a
Like,
wife.
why
just
did
be
you
a-
decide that? Why is
Exactly.
that the way?
How?
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
that's literally the only reason I'm on planet Earth. That's what I strive to do. I'm here to remind women it's okay to be the way you are. Also, the way you are you happy with it?
Yeah.
Because that's what,
Because you can just be out here living
and
for husband, father,
this.
mother, children. You, who are you as
Yeah.
Joe? Like, who are you as Lydia?
It's true.
Do you like the things you like because you were told that you should like them, or
Exactly.
do you
Do
like
you
them
actually
because
like
you
them?
actually enjoy watermelon juice?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
What's
Yeah,
the
so
watermelon
that's Kitt.
juice?
Watermelon juice is bomb. And
It is so
how
good.
dare you?
From zucchini. Because today I went there and they were like,
or
you know
from your
watermelon juice? And I was like,
blender.
watermelon juice.
Watermelon
your
juice is
blender.
wonderful.
First of all,
Try it.
watermelon has no personality. How can it be made into a juice?
Stop.
Is this
Did
why
I
I'm
say
here
something
to be insulted and to be berated about my likes
I would
and
not be a bastard.
I
Are
like
you a
watermelon.
witch?
Wait, I like watermelon. It's just that I'm just saying that it doesn't have enough character to be made into a juice.
It
Right.
does.
And
It
also-
does.
yeah,
Does it?
it-
Yes. Even
more
when
than-
you bite into it, it's a juice. So
Okay, are we
It's
here
true.
today to talk about watermelon?
We're
juice?
not.
It's enough.
This is the
This
thing.
is
Anyway,
Kitt.
exactly. This is Kitt, please. Her Instagram handle where you can find her and more of her content is
yes, Kitt and Kiarie.
Kitt and Kiarie.
Yes.
Exactly. So find her there and do not continue watching this episode if you know you are not subscribed to this
To my-
channel.
and to mine.
And also to her
Yes.
YouTube channel. By the way, she has a fantastic YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, TMI Podcast, KE Murugi Munyi, Lydia KM as well. We have tons of content there. And what we are talking about today, which we needed Kitt Kiarie to be here for,
Yes.
is
How alpha women.
sorry,
I was going to be like, how to be
no,
alpha women,
Yeah.
right? And this is inspired. I'm so sorry, I forgot his page. What's his name?
LK Malu.
LK Malu
his name is Lero, yeah.
had done I guess like a Q&A and wanted feedback from his followers as far as who they believe is an alpha woman. And I believe the three of us
The
were
three
on
of
that
us,
list.
yeah.
So I asked
You
him,
two,
first
first
of
of
all,
all,
Wait,
you two.
I do what? I did. Why
What
don't
do you
I?
follow?
As in, I don't know who I
no,
follow.
but I didn't see that until I saw it on your page, and I was just like, "Oh,
He did,
congrats!"
yeah.
And then I saw that I was on there.
We're gonna have to put the screenshot here so you can see. But
We
you
can.
two were like your names were written right at the center and in bigger writing than anyone else on that. Did you notice that? It's like you are the alphas of the alpha females.
females.
And I
Yeah.
didn't spot that. I spotted your name. I was just like,
Because
"Oh
it was
my
first,
God,
it was
Joe."
first at the top,
Maybe.
and then yours
Yeah.
were in the middle. And I remember seeing that. So he put up the story and he was having a conversation about alpha females.
Oh, Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
His name Lee. Yes, Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Lee Malu.
Yeah, his name was in there.
I saw it. Yeah,
Your
I
name
saw
was
that.
there,
Exactly.
yeah.
And I remember thinking, we remember actually I sent it to you and then we were like, wait, are we alpha
I
females?
don't know. I don't think I'm an alpha female.
Yeah.
Right?
What is
or
this?
maybe,
What is happening here?
Yeah, but guess what? It's because
Wait,
of
because
that's it.
that's
What's
why we're here to have the
our
conversation.
what's your because for
Right.
you to remove yourself from something
Yes.
because what your definition of that
Yes.
is,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So then we just thought, what an interesting conversation
Conversation, yeah.
to have and
Yes.
And exactly, yeah. So three
Which
women
makes
who are
sense.
on the list have been brought here to have the conversation
Yes.
about being an alpha female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we went online. Obviously, we wanted to search what does being an alpha female mean, because first when I saw it there, I was just like, I don't feel like I'm an alpha female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was instantly. I said that.
Same.
Yeah.
I
And
even
like,
messaged him as well.
Yeah,
Just like
I also
I don't
messaged
know
him.
if I am, but
I messaged him to say thank you.
yeah, she's
this
an
is
alpha.
why, yeah.
She's an
Yeah.
alpha.
So tell
Yeah.
us what it means then to you, for you, when you say you're an alpha female. What does that mean to you?
A woman who is comfortable in her skin, leads from the front, and is not scared of being the face of whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay, so I can
That's what I. That's
So
what I
leadership,
feel.
confidence,
Like you lead. It doesn't matter whatever it is that you're
confidence,
doing. You
self-love.
lead. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let me tell you why I feel like I've always shied from that.
Yes.
Is because of the amount of backlash I got
Yes.
as a young
Yes.
woman
Yeah.
growing up.
Yes.
And, all of those things, I feel like I started kind of not wanting to be associated because I had to rediscover my softness because apparently my hard shell was such a problem. So
Yeah.
I think maybe that's why I
That's
struggle
why.
because the definition and my experience of it's something that has caused me a lot of distress. So maybe that's why I remove myself from it, because it reminds me of all these
Yes.
things I was told when I was younger.
Me too.
That's
I think
interesting.
it's
What about
more
you?
the concept of aggression, because alpha females is really, really tied to that aggression.
Yeah.
And growing up, I remember I
Yes.
always used to be told by my dad, "You're always arguing. You're always fighting.
Yeah.
Everything. You're always
Arguing, yes.
arguing exactly." And so for me, I was just like, there are some spheres where it's like, this is great. Then there are other spheres where it's like, why are you like that?
Yeah.
Because at work it's like,
Same.
yes, wow,
Yes.
a woman who can lead. But at home it's like, who's going to want to marry you?
Yes.
Everybody,
Thank you. I feel like
Yes.
that's exactly why
Yeah.
I feel a bit
Exactly. So I was
about
just like,
it.
me, I'm
So
like,
you
no, I'm
literally you
submissive.
shied away from this leadership title,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
thing that's a good thing,
Yeah.
because you are told nobody will want you.
You're problematic.
Because of this.
Yes.
You're making noise.
Yeah,
you're not
too
gonna have
much
good
with
relationships.
this. But funny enough, when I thought about do I define myself of that, I was like, no. But when I thought about how I'm living my life, I am living it like that.
Yes.
That's who I actually am. But really inside, it's like I'm almost afraid to own it. And another thing is that alpha females don't run in packs, and I love being around other alpha females.
But who said that? Who said that?
Who?
And
Who said alpha females don't run in packs?
You were told that.
And that's not true, because I feel like I love being
you
around.
run in a pack and you're the leader.
Yeah.
Yes. And so
Wow, I love that. So me and you have had a similar journey. At first we were like, no, we are not.
And then when you think about it, it's like, wait.
I know,
I mean, you
I
do
am.
lead. You
You
are
do
at the
lead. You're
front.
confident.
You aren't
Ambitious,
scared.
Are you
self-driven,
comfortable in your
confident?
skin?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do the definition.
Okay, fine. So definition, a woman who has embraced her leadership ambitions. She's talented. I don't know about that part. Highly motivated and self-confident. I personally think that anyone in the world is talented. I feel like it's just the
I get your point.
No.
Yeah.
I feel
Not everyone is talented.
No.
In something.
no one has
in something.
in something,
In something.
anything.
Yeah.
In something.
Everyone is talented in something.
Even in just not doing anything.
That's a talent.
I mean, come on. If we're going to be like everyone is talented, it's not like you don't get a medal for participation.
Yeah.
Rest could be something.
Yeah, you're talented
Yeah.
in literally doing
It's true.
nothing. You lack so much ambition. You're talented in that.
I think the word leadership for me really
Leadership,
stands out when it comes
Yes.
to alpha females.
Yeah.
It's like and also bold, but can you be reserved and quiet and still an alpha female?
No.
You know what? I feel like you can.
You
How?
can.
I
How?
feel like you can.
How?
You don't, that boldness of always like being in front.
Yes.
That does not define a leader, because leaders can be
Mother
leaders
Teresa?
without being in
Forceful,
front and
yeah. Is Mother
and forceful.
Teresa?
I don't know about Mother Teresa. I don't
But
know enough
she was
about
a
her.
leader.
I don't know about her. Yeah, but you can be a leader while
without
being
having
quiet.
to
While
be-
being,
So at my daughter's school,
Yeah.
they recently, last time they were having their theme for the year was I am a leader. And it was supposed to tell them that everyone is a leader. It's just like you can lead from wherever you are.
Yes.
Right.
But and by that's which one of the definitions we saw online was a alpha female believes her ability to achieve is she has a confidence that is contagious, which leads others to respect her as an equal.
Yeah.
So wherever you are, even
Good
if you are quiet,
night.
little-
We've
talked about that 2 seconds ago and now. None of you will not sleep.
You will not rest.
Yeah. So even like Nancy in her
Oh my
quietness
gosh.
can be a leader.
Yes.
It's
And
just a different kind of
of
leadership.
ways.
The kind of
Absolutely.
like maybe people respect you so much even in your quietness, in your doing the right thing,
Right.
or in your whatever, in
Yes.
the way
You
you
don't
live
have
your
to
life.
be
That
out like that.
Yes.
Actually, funny
Yes.
enough, Sheena,
Absolutely.
my friend, she's a straight A student. Like she always has been, like in everything she's done, masters, whatever. And she's in a leadership role in her company, pharmaceutical industry. And she's like, for her age, it's just like, how are you managing
how?
the
Yeah.
entire CG Southwest or whatever? And she's not a loud person,
Yes.
and she's not bold, and she's a leader. So
Yep.
there you go. You don't have to be
Yeah.
us.
Yes.
But you can be
Yes.
alpha in your own way.
Devil's advocate though,
Go on.
is that being actually an alpha female? Because there's a difference between being an alpha female and being a leader.
Yeah.
Because also you can be an alpha
But
female.
you have to have all those
fair
things, right? All those aspects. You
Yeah.
have to
Those
have be the
aspects,
leader. You
yeah.
have to be the confident. You have to all those things that
But
you've
all
read
those things
together.
are not only in
Make
loud or bold outward women.
Yes.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're more likely, an alpha female is more likely to be a loud, audacious kind
Yes,
of person.
more
Because
likely.
in the society we live in today, unless you're that, how is your voice being heard?
Yeah.
In a work setting, how is your voice being heard?
I
Unless
can-
you're trying, if you're trying to be, you're an alpha female and you're on social media and you're like, you want people to hear you. What's the easiest way for people to hear you?
Yeah.
Is to speak.
Is to
Okay,
speak.
but they're speaking in
So-
different ways. Like for example, this one, my friend Sheena, she wrote a paper for the World Health Organization, right? And it was revolutionary, right? And she's trying to change the way pharmaceuticals are dealt with, let's say in Africa and stuff like that. So she isn't loud, but that piece of paper changed things. So you can still express yourself, but it's not necessarily audaciously loud like
I
this.
agree with
but
you,
I get your point in that what we see a lot of, especially with alpha women,
Yes.
is that like actually, except for Sheena, there's one example I keep giving. I don't know anyone.
Yeah, you know what? I understand what Murugi is saying
Yeah.
because you can. I mean, that's what people have said alpha female is aggressive, you're out there, you're shouting, all of these things. But alpha female, if you embody all of those things, you can listen to somebody and say, okay, I disagree, this is why. And then you put whatever. And the person is like, oh my goodness, and now I agree with you. Right? But that is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it, which would be the way I would do it, I'd be like, no, you're dumb. No, absolutely not. And that's a different way of speaking. So it's not even about personality. It is about embodying the spirit of alpha. What's the spirit of alpha?
Both of those ways you must speak.
You must
communicate and conviction.
Yeah.
In whichever way you're gonna communicate, you need to have conviction in your voice.
So what we are saying, so therefore, what we are saying is that being an alpha female is less about how you express yourself and more about who you are.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Write that down.
Write that down. Notes.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Deep. Wow.
It's true.
Yeah.
You can have that essence of an alpha without being,
Yeah, okay, fine. So we actually had a quiz of like, are you an alpha female? Although now we have already agreed we are all alpha females.
Yeah.
And let us know if you're watching or if you're listening. Let us know if you think you're an alpha female or the opposite, which is a beta female.
Yeah. You're more comfortable following than leading.
Yeah. So let's answer a few questions. There are only 10.
Yes.
In a group setting, would you consider yourself more of a leader or a follower?
Leader.
Right?
But I mean, okay, like let's say in this group, can we all lead? Can we all three of us walk together leading?
At any given any given point in time of the conversation, of the meeting, of the interaction, someone is leading.
Okay, fair enough.
All the time.
Exactly.
But you can be comfortable in that leadership, even though all three, it's like you interchange.
Absolutely. And that doesn't mean, it's important to clarify that alphas follow.
Yeah.
They can follow.
Yeah.
But they are amazing followers because they know what it is to lead.
Yeah. But they're more likely
comfortable and more likely
to be leading.
Yes. In a relationship, do you like being the one in charge or do you prefer letting your partner take on that role?
I already spoke. I want to be sit here and support. I don't want to be led where.
In charge of what?
And that's the thing. Okay, fine. You just answer it the way the question has been asked.
Okay,
don't be
fine.
deep. The potential answers are: I need to be in charge. I'm more comfortable following my partner. I'm pretty chill with either role.
I'm pretty chill with either role.
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty chill with either role.
I feel like I'm more comfortable in the being in charge. For sure. I've realized, and I also don't want. I don't know if I want to be in charge of him either. I feel like
I just want to be in charge of
myself. The essence of somebody else being like leading me. That has never felt that great for me in a relationship. I want to lead myself, but I also want you to lead you. I also don't like followers.
Exactly.
Don't follow me. You see, you don't know where you're going.
Actually, there's nothing that's more of a turn off
than a
follower
following me. You don't know where you're going, my friend.
What are we doing?
No, but there's a sense of me that I like, of being in charge myself that I like. Let
me tell you a story about that. I feel like when I was doing research about this, I read that alpha females tend to be really dominant in other spaces besides their relationship. That usually it will be at work, in social settings, in events, but at home they tend to be a more submissive partner, right?
Because they're trying to rest.
Because we want to sleep, right?
We can't be carrying.
I cannot lead you everywhere.
But a challenge that many alpha females face sometimes is that you get into a relationship and you're trying to bring your alphaness, which is like your masculine side in the relationship, and then automatically, because Lydia is always telling us that once you bring that masculine energy, there needs to be balance. So your man will take more the feminine energy. Then you as the alpha, you start getting frustrated that why doesn't my man take responsibility?
Right.
And it's so upsetting. And I actually went through that when Zach and I first got married. I used to be like, I feel like I do everything. I make every decision. Why are you asking me what we should do? See, you decide. And he was like, but it's because you always decide anyway.
Exactly. And I was like, it's true. You don't give opportunity to. One of the things which I've learned is that there's also something very empowering for me in my vulnerability. When I started feeling powerful in my vulnerability, I knew that I am loving just right, and I am also leading somehow or being in charge by being comfortable in that vulnerability. So I can go to my man and do whatever else and submit and all of that and just feel that I don't need this.
You're resting.
When I settled in that softness, I realized like this is all encompassing me. Like, this is still me. This other always going doesn't have to just be what I am. And there needs to be balance. And also, as I said, watching someone who expects you to just be doing everything is a horror. It's a turn off.
Horrific.
It's turn off. Yeah.
And do you feel like now when you're in the relationship, it's like, in the world, we feel like we can't be that vulnerable side of you because the world will eat you. Yeah. In your relationship, it's like, I know this is someone who loves me, who cares about me. So even you can be vulnerable and you can be met with that compassion kind of thing, right?
So, and that's extremely important for an alpha female, that the minute that they are like this soft and whatever, it's also welcome.
It's welcome and it's fine.
And it's fine.
It's fine to be like that because we learn. This is our character that we put on. However way that you are, you have learned to be that way because of something you went through. So you put on this character to protect yourself, however way you are. And then when you can take it off and it's still okay,
it feels amazing.
It feels so good.
That's home.
That's amazing. That's home. That's when you know you're home.
And it's usually only your man and like your
sister, like maybe your sister. Something like that.
So true. Which word best describes your personality? Assertive, apprehensive, aloof?
Assertive. Aloof. Who is she?
Actually, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how I know I'm an alpha female. I find it so frustrating being in spaces where I'm with someone who is aloof. Like, I just feel like short at them, like, what's wrong with you?
You don't care that this thing...
And indecisive.
We could do either.
I mean...
And also, especially when the decision, you have to choose one, but you are giving me, we can go with
anything.
Yeah, that's quite frustrating.
I find that really frustrating. And actually, I ask myself, does that make me like I'm not empathetic or I'm like not?
Yeah, sometimes I just have to leave and count to 10.
It takes a lot of breaths, a lot of deep breaths sometimes because my process is not yours. I'm very instantly decisive, and some people need more time.
Learning a menu. Like, I walk into the restaurant. It's the first time I've been in the restaurant. The menu, I'll be like, I'll take this.
Yeah.
Actually, you're really good at that. I'm good at that. Sometimes.
My sister will be there 30 hours later. I'm like, I'm hungry. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Also, people who like who are not thinking, who are not solution driven. It's like, okay, you've come to me with this issue. Hey, I'm really struggling with this. Okay,
dwelling on problems.
Have you thought about this and this? Or you haven't asked this person.
No,
that was not the first thing you thought to go and like.
Get on with it.
And Lydia is always reminding me sometimes that just because I think that doesn't mean that everybody does.
I realized that one of the ways to have a better relationship is being the person who's able to be like, what do you want to eat? And not standing over him there like, and then I'll go.
Leave him
to decide. Because if I stand there, I swear to God.
No, I'll decide.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You'll decide for him?
Yeah, I'll just decide.
Would you like... No, so I've actually come to the place where, like, with my husband, I'll be like, I'm going to do this. Do you want to do this? Mm-hmm. Like, the option is yours. Yeah. Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
So
let me think about it. That's fine. Yeah. I'm doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, fair enough.
Okay. I'm okay to do it alone or with you. Either way,
you decide.
I'm fine.
I love that.
And it's okay for you to not be able to decide right now.
Yeah.
But the train is leaving.
Oh, fair enough. That's a good balance.
You can come on or not.
Yeah.
But
and also releasing that. The fact that he doesn't have to come with you. He doesn't have to do this right now.
He doesn't. Yeah. You travel light.
It's true.
Travel light. I've told you this before.
You have, babe.
Travel light.
And I told her, so this is okay. So this is like a 101 of alpha females in marriage, because or in relationships in general, I guess. Because like, for example, the other day I was getting really frustrated at I want the kids to leave for school at 8.
Yes.
And me, I'm the one who has woken up. I'm the one who has changed the kids. I'm the one who has packed their snacks. I'm the one who has made sure that
you literally
Zach has only
had one job.
Come back and showered and changed. But still, we are waiting for you, sir. Still, we are waiting for him. And I realized, why am I getting so upset? And I can actually drop both kids.
Let me go.
So I told him, I was like, at 8, babe, I want us to be leaving at 8. Him at 8 still, he's like, he said he wants to iron his shirt and whatever. And I just get in the car with the kids and I take them to school.
Yeah.
And I don't get upset about it because
don't be mad.
But somehow, subconsciously he knows you dropped the ball, but Joanne picked it up and she went with them to school.
Yeah.
Both being the kids. Yeah. But and I took them and I'm fine. And I'm like,
it has to be
move.
Yeah. But and also taking ownership that you should do it because you want it done that way.
Exactly.
Yeah, as opposed to both
to
dragging each other.
Absolutely.
I have an example on that.
Yes.
I actually talked about it on my live. So when I want everything cleaned up as fast as possible, right? So when I'm just like, babe, can you clean up the table or whatever else? He doesn't want it to be instantly. Now he wants to do it
later.
Yes, right.
Yes.
So I've decided it's either I will clean up or I need to be comfortable with he'll clean up when he's done. But we can't have both.
But why the hell can they just do it like now? I've just said.
No, they can't just do it like you.
Can you boil the water for the kids to bathe? He's like, yeah, cool.
I'll do it
Now
later.
it's been 5 minutes.
No, but
now the water would have boiled these 5 minutes.
And also, Joe,
Can
can you be comfortable with the children being late?
Oh, God,
because that's where I have come to.
Oh, so that you don't take everything on.
I'm not going to take you on because I take on so much.
I get
right?
it. And that's
I have
what
told
happens.
you,
take on
let's
everything.
do it like this or we'll be late.
You take
You're
on
still
everything.
doing it like that. That's okay.
Can I be comfortable
You'll be
with
late.
being
That's
late?
fine. We'll be late. That's okay. I'm okay with being late.
I even decided I'm okay for the Christmas tree to stay. I don't know if you guys saw my
Until
story
February.
like that. I'm working on being okay with things like that
Just
because
work
it
on
will
it.
always be.
It's for
I'm
your
taking
good.
it on. I'm
It's
taking it
for
on.
your
I'm
good. And
taking it
you're
on.
getting frustrated
and guess
and
what?
tired.
Now I do everything. How did we get here?
Me, I'm the opposite. So where I am currently, I don't know if this is actually what's going to work in the long run.
Yeah.
Currently,
Yeah.
I stay taking the things on.
That's fine.
I stay taking it on, and I'm working more on being okay if I'm the one who takes
Taking
the thing on.
yeah.
That's
so
fine.
it's where I feel like I reach and I'm like, no, this is not what
too
for me.
much,
Like, for
don't.
example, if it's something to do with just me and him,
Yes.
I'm okay with it being like, oh, so we had said we are going for dinner, but you didn't make the booking. Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. If it's to do with the
okay.
kids, I'll be like, no,
You'll
I'll
take
be
it
taking
on.
Inside.
Exactly.
And
but
you
with
know
him, I'll
that's
just be
okay.
like, I mean, but actually God has worked on me. These 5 years being married. Hey.
Joanne, you're going to get tired.
And
I think
You will get
and
tired. You will
get
get
resentful.
physically. When you're physically tired, everything else is louder. The emotions are
I've been feeling
louder.
like it's an attitude thing.
It's
Okay,
okay.
maybe I'm wrong.
You'll fix your attitude will whatever, but then
Yeah.
you will be physically tired because you're doing a lot.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I feel like I never want to be that because I've seen my mom. My mom is a doer of everything.
Overdo.
Literally,
Yeah.
she needs a
Yeah.
chiropractor.
Yeah,
She
she's
needs a massage therapist.
unable to just be. I don't want to do that. And this is when we don't even have kids. We're not married, and I'm the one who's now carrying the Christmas tree on my head. No. Let it
on top of the barn.
on top of the
is
barn.
Christmas
It's my
tree.
Christmas
And the
tree.
decorations of the
How?
lights.
It's a no.
How?
No, please.
No. I've decided there needs to be a line.
I feel like I ask myself is like, is this a big enough deal that now we are going to Kastirikiana for the whole night we're not talking because you feel like I'm ordering you around, and me I feel frustrated because you didn't pick up the shoes that I asked you to pick up. It's like,
but guess what? Just because it's working doesn't mean it's working. So I always say, just because today I feel fine about it, if this sets the tone, will I be okay with this forever?
Yes.
I won't.
Yes.
So let's look at the small thing that looks small and deal with it here, because when it's too big, we won't be able to deal with it.
I need to reassess. Maybe the reason why I usually feel comfortable with it is because the days when I'm like, okay, I asked you to do it and you didn't do it when I asked you, so I just went and did it myself. I noticed that he has noticed that I asked him, he didn't do it, and I just did it myself. And next time, more often than not, he will then now, even without me asking him, he will then now do the thing without me having asked
so
him.
there's balance.
Okay,
so
so
there's
there you
balance.
are.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
So the result is still the same.
The result is there, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Next question. How would you describe your attitude in the bedroom? I am the more submissive partner. I am the more dominant partner. I dabble in a little bit of everything.
Submissive all the way.
I dabble in a bit of everything, but I'm more comfortable in submissive.
I dabble
so
in conservative,
but I'm more comfortable in dominant.
So conservative.
In
I
dominant,
am submissive. I'm
I like being dominated for sure.
Really?
I don't know that. Where?
Being on top versus being at the bottom.
For me, it's not even about positions. It's
Energy
just energy.
Yeah.
Energy.
You know, we've talked about this.
You wanna
For
be
Lydia,
wrong.
sex is about love. For me, sex is about power. And so we have different...
Yeah, even...
What? Oh my gosh, where was I in that conversation?
Where were you?
Where was
I? For me, I feel like it's a power exchange.
And
Even
it's
with my
always, I
husband.
feel like even when you're not conscious, I feel like it is a power thing. But what I interpret, what I make it about is more about how I'm expressing myself to this person. And in fact, actually, that's the time when I feel like I want to be the smallest
princess.
Yeah, I want to see the tiger in you. Yeah.
I want you to see the tiger in me.
I have
But you have the tiger. always.
You're literally a tiger.
You're
Right
tiger.
now, as
You're
you
right
sit
now,
here,
look at you.
I don't understand.
Tiger.
Yeah, like I've never thought of sex as a power thing.
Never. Me too.
Oh yeah.
And this is the first time I'm hearing this.
Okay,
and
guys,
I'm just
don't make me feel weird.
You're not
You're not
weird.
weird.
Not at all. You're just not. We
We're
just have
not
a different
us,
viewpoint.
yeah.
That's all.
I don't like this sex is love thing. I feel like I just feel like people. Okay, let me know.
For me, sex is
No, I was
love.
just like I feel like people make it just too. It's
Princess,
too mushy.
it's all
too
flowers.
This whole making love thing.
Have
Then
we
when love has
unpacked
to be
why that
fucking-
is weird?
No.
Okay, we can unpack
Just
that later.
unpack that. That's a whole top. That's a whole
We can
episode.
unpack
that's
that
a-
because
yeah.
it's like I can see how I would be able to get in the power position and just yes, if that's what we're doing, but you're unable
Like,
to see how you can be vulnerable.
An exchange of power.
As in, if it's the role of being powerful, I can see how that's possible.
Yeah,
Right?
the role of me feeling like I'm
Taking something.
not really taking. It's more of like how I feel about myself as opposed to
Yes.
my interaction with him. It's like I feel powerful. I feel
okay.
in control of my body. I
Yes.
feel like I'm doing what I want. I'm a
Yes.
sexual being.
Yes.
As opposed to I feel like this is a connection time between me and you kind of thing. You know, it's more like this is.
And how are you talking about it? Like both things? Like have you seen how she's talked about that?
Vulnerability.
and-
I'm a
yeah.
cat. I'm a cat.
I'm a
In
little
the
cat.
dark.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I don't like those things. Even when somebody uses the phrase making love, it just makes me feel like
It makes you
No,
feel ick.
but there's definitely a difference. There's definitely a
what is
difference.
this making
in-
love business?
Yeah, oh no, there's I know when the
I
times
don't
when
like a quickie can't be making love.
yeah, there's plenty of time where I'm just like even sometimes it's like out there, like it is like that whole
There's
sex.
sometimes you call and be like, that dick better be
Yeah.
up by the time I get
Exact-
there.
but then
so
there's
that
some-
we don't have to.
Dig. Oh my god, I've never heard you say that ever in my life.
No, there's no way she has this ass.
Oh,
and
yeah,
things are not
right.
getting down.
As in, you know what? That oh my god.
If you want to see the ask for reference, just go to her page. We're not going to show you here.
Yeah,
Go to her
please.
page, Kitt Kiarie on Instagram.
Yeah, there's those moments, but there are some moments where what I'm trying to get from this exchange
Yeah.
is a deeper
connection.
connection. Is being closer to
yeah,
someone.
staring into your eyes. You don't even
Yes,
look at me.
soft,
Don't respect me.
soft.
And I was
love
telling
you.
Lydia that Zach and I, we can have a whole sex. We've not even kissed once. for that whole
Excuse me,
sex.
how?
And Lily is like, oh, we are kissing. I'm like, what are you kissing
Like, does
for?
he have COVID
We have
or
sex. We have
like
the sex.
why?
But she found a partner who that works, so it works for
Yeah,
both of you.
it works for both of us. Plus, also, I feel like,
I
okay,
just need details.
is this...
There's so many
I
questions.
have
know.
questions.
Does everyone enjoy sex more when you guys are mad at each other?
What?
You do, right?
No.
I don't think so. Funny enough,
Yeah.
I
No.
can like
Are these
there's
people-
a middle. Like if it's just like a tiff, like and we make up, that sounds like okay, babe, her. But if it's like if I'm not feeling good or you've done something that makes me feel upset, there's no sex. I even said that to Mike the other day. I was like, we need to stop this bickering because we could go until March. My friend, we could go until March. You're here smiling.
You're here smiling.
You're here smiling. We could.
Okay, guys, I think that's a whole
cannot.
topic we have unearthed.
Yeah,
here.
we have
And I
really
think
unearthed
we need
it.
to get a sex therapist here now to get
Goodness,
to the
yeah.
bottom of this thing because me,
Actually, sex when you're mad? How? Where?
it's probably something to do with probably maybe my relationship with my dad. I'm sure that's where it will stay.
But and guess what?
Maybe
Our
issues
traumas,
all
our
Freud.
traumas manifest so differently with sex. Yeah. Whereas for me, sex was always a thing like that's not something to go because I don't feel safe with men because I don't trust them because somebody else betrayed my trust. Whereas for you, it was the way you connected with men.
yes,
Yeah, that's where like there's the hypersexuality which definitely comes with trauma, and there's the kind of timidness.
It
with
comes
sex.
with trauma.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I wouldn't say I'm hypersexual.
What? Why?
Lydia likes to label me hypersexual.
Why wouldn't you say that?
Whoa,
Why wouldn't
me.
you say that?
Me.
Because
What is
I want
wrong
to
with
be
the
like
word?
normal sexual.
Why?
I don't want to be hypersexual.
I'm normal sexual.
I want to be-
I'm normal sexual.
No,
You're
I
hypersexual.
think I'm normal sexual. Babe, if you're watching this, I've told you so many times I broke my virginity with you, babe. So, you know.
I know.
But you
Don't listen to
kid.
this house.
But you have a kid.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
even Mary had a kid.
Hey!
Come on.
And there it is.
Anyway, so I think from this discussion, we can see that alpha females do not fit one sexual
Yeah,
stereotype.
yes, yeah.
You can be submissive,
Yeah.
you can be
Dominant.
a bit of
Yes.
different things. You can be dominant, exactly. So
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily mean that you are in your
Yeah.
bedroom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We've already answered that. When it comes to conflict, how do you carry yourself? I'm uncomfortable with conflict and try to avoid it at all costs.
Not me.
I don't like confrontation, but I know how to handle myself if needed. I am not afraid of conflict, and sometimes I even welcome it. That's me.
I'm the second one.
I am the second one. Like, I don't enjoy, but if we're doing it, if we need to do it, if I need to set a boundary, I can do it.
Yes.
But it's not my joy. I don't feel comfortable with conflict.
Yeah. I don't look for confrontation.
I feel very comfortable with conflict.
Okay.
Many things are happening
You
today.
see, you see, alpha females can be so different.
Yeah, but this is good. This is a great quiz.
Yeah.
You feel great when you're...
why
I don't feel great. I can't say I feel great with conflict.
I think this is why, and this one actually I've discussed this with my therapist before, is that I like conflict because I like feeling like I'm right. I like feeling like I've won. So I want to get into the conflict so I can be like, you see, I've won.
Yeah,
that's it.
And when you lose, it feels very bad. It feels very bad. It's crushing.
Yeah,
it's crushing.
it is.
Same as the rejection thing. Like when you're just like,
bad.
what? So telling me I'm not, the world is not revolving around me.
Yeah. And conflict sometimes is a way of being close to someone without being vulnerable.
Yeah.
So it's like we're fighting, we are close. This is closeness.
Yes.
But you don't need to put your guard down.
Yes.
So a lot of people enjoy conflict from that perspective.
Yeah.
And that feeling after a fight, it's like, we've been through things.
Ati?
It's really closeness you're feeling, but you just don't want to be vulnerable.
This is why every time we have a fight with Zach, at some point, because I always, more often than not, I realize I'm the one in the wrong, I'll just start crying. Because when I start crying, it's like, okay, then you've kind of won. Because like now, he's like, I made her cry.
You're a mad
oh
woman.
man. And then, am I toxic? Am I the drama?
Yes. You're mad. You're a mad woman.
No, but it's true. You see, now if he's made a point and now you don't have any point left. Just
you cry?
Yeah, now you cry. So I start crying, he'll just be like, oh, I didn't mean to make you cry.
You're giving women a bad rep. You're giving women a bad rep.
I cannot. And it's not the crying from vulnerability, it's crying from manipulation.
From power.
Yeah.
Next question. Good night.
But I'm working on myself, guys. I'm working on me. One last question. What would be your biggest turn off in a potential partner? Someone who lacks ambition? Someone who tells me what to do? Someone loud?
Someone who tells me what to do.
Ambition
but
is
your
a
biggest
really
turn off.
Big
My
deal.
biggest turn off is
but no, I can't be told
more than someone who lacks ambition.
Imagine just sit there on the couch, but never tell me how to do ABCD. I'll be like,
I think let me tell you, ambition is very important actually, because I just felt like going up when someone said that.
Right?
But agency over myself is more important to you than anything else. Even the way you talk to me about even simple things is extremely important. I used to have constant arguments with someone else before about how you're addressing me. You should do the bed.
You should.
Every time you talk about that man, I throw up in my mouth and I'm like, I haven't even eaten.
I even have the strength to sit you down and be like, What's the should?
What is
What's the should about?
Yeah.
You
know? And on your live today, you said doing anything out of should always builds resentment.
It does.
Because
it's not what you want. It's like somebody has taken over your body and you're now doing should. Who's should? Now, let's
here's
talk
the
to that
unfortunate thing about alpha females that I discovered today. A lot of them, a lot of you alpha females are actually a lot more likely to end up in a relationship with someone who is shooting you because you're so out here that when you meet someone who you feel like you can just be a little girl with, that feels it's like sometimes it feels uncomfortable, but it feels like at least I don't have to be in charge.
The one time
someone else can
just a moment. I'm not trying to be a little girl anywhere.
I mean, not you, girl, but like generally, how you want to be like a more smaller, but you want to rest.
You want to rest, kind of,
can feel really good, and it's true. And funny enough, one of the things that I really struggled with when I realized I was in a situation which was like somewhat emotionally abusive was that. How could that happen to me?
Yeah.
And that's why majority of us can be victims, because you would never conceptualize that it's you allowing another person to abuse. How?
I was in a whole relationship where I was being emotionally abused.
You couldn't
I could not see. And then I started to get embarrassed, and then it was blah, blah, blah. People asked me what happened with that relationship. I said he broke up with me. And if he hadn't, I might still be there being beaten.
Right?
Yes.
But you could never define that as abuse.
I could only see it when I was on the outside.
Same.
I couldn't see it
Same.
when I was on the inside.
Same.
And nobody told me.
And other people could never imagine that you are
But
being
no
one told you.
nobody could see it.
Because
It
it
was
was
like
you.
it was, emotional abuse is very.
And
So
usually,
very
I feel
subtle,
like it's
very
because
subtle.
people can't imagine that you
You are whole
the
kids.
lion.
You
out
are a
here.
lion out here.
How?
How are you being told ABCD?
Remind me of my friendship that I had to get out of, which you
Yeah.
kept saying, you are a kitten when you're there, but you are a lion out here.
Out
Yeah,
here.
I feel-
Yes, absolutely.
So
It's
you guys
difficult.
are more willing to date someone who is loud,
Yeah.
and someone who is not ambitious than
Yeah.
date
Those
someone
are
who
so
is not.
yucky, but yeah,
They are yucky.
because being told what to do is like on a daily and annoyance basis.
Yes.
Loud is horrible as well.
Yeah. Loud is
Question.
horrible, but yeah.
Do you feel like alpha females then have unrealistic standards of the world and maybe of relationships because we tend to tell people what to do, but we don't like to be told what to do?
Funny enough, as I said, even in my own personal relationship, I don't like telling people what to do. I think you
love
even know in our dynamic.
Yeah.
I just need agency over myself. Over myself. I don't like to tell people what to do. Mike might disagree.
I was just about to say,
If
I have been in the presence of you and Mike, and I would like to disagree with that. And the thing with Lydia is she can't even be saying a nice thing, but her tone is always so like.
You know, even our gate man actually said that there are a bunch of people who told them that when I'm talking, it seems like I'm
Like she's
fighting.
yelling at you, like
I
she's
know.
shouting, she wants to beat you.
It's a
So I
tone
don't-
And guess what? I could be like,
Yeah.
oh,
So it's
hi.
a tone issue.
It's a tone issue,
Yeah.
but I'm 30.
But
not,
I feel like even the way you speak with Mike,
Yeah, good with you.
even the way you talk to Mike, sometimes it feels very instruction-y. But I know, like, if you're saying it to me, I wouldn't feel it. But the way Mike
But
is and
no,
the way I
even
always feel like,
guess what?
she's
But
yelling at that
Mike
boy.
knows
Save
me.
Mike.
Send
Mike,
her.
hashtag save Mike.
Blink once
If
if
you
you need to ask
That's
to
what my
save.
friend was telling me when she came to dinner. Hadassah. She was like, Mike, are you okay?
Mike, are you okay? Because
But let me
Mike
tell
is
you,
the quietest man.
the way you receive me, Joe, is the way he receives me.
Are you
Like,
sure,
oh, that's
babe?
Lydia. Yeah.
Yes.
And if he doesn't, he can speak up because I mean,
Can he?
he's a
Correct.
grown-up. He's a grown up. I cannot.
Correct. I cannot baby you.
Imagine
Please.
I can't be in my relationship worrying that you are unable to speak to me. I can't.
You actually can, Lydia.
No.
Because you see, sometimes you have to hold space for your partner and be able
I
to
do
see.
hold
You know,
space.
sometimes in relationships you have to foresee the problem that the other person is facing without them being able to say. Because
Why?
men are not men.
Why?
Honestly, let me tell you
Why?
why. Me, I think this is what I think. Because more often than not, your man facing an issue, you are even more likely to be able to identify it before even he realizes
Okay.
that he has an issue with that thing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
me,
And you will notice
how
it
I
even before.
speak in
Yeah.
general.
That's empathy.
Yeah, empathy, exactly.
But how I speak in general, how can that be a problem? Now, what can I do?
Or what can she do about
Stop
tone?
shouting at Mike.
I don't
not
shout.
shouting, she's
I
talking.
don't. This is how I talk. And guess what? Joe will be like, Lydia, please be quiet. Are you alright?
You're shouting
Can
at
you
me, but
hear
that's
yourself?
insane.
You know? But even when people,
Yeah.
even when I talk, even if it's to
Yeah.
someone, it always
Yeah.
seems like I'm fighting. But the person
You
who's
know what,
around,
Lydia? You talk from here. You talk
Yeah.
from here. You don't talk from here. You know, people talk from here.
No, I'm
and it's
always-
very shallow. You talk from here.
Yeah.
So your voice has a timbre
And
that people
I
feel
can't-
is masculine, and a woman being masculine, that's
and
aggressive.
guess what? I feel like
Even when you're not
most of my life,
shouting.
as I said, I've struggled with that. I've struggled to
Yeah.
be like, let me talk like this.
You're still talking from
talk-
here. I can
oh.
still hear the power in your voice. You literally can't put it off.
I
Exactly.
can't.
Don't
Don't
even
sometimes
feel
why are
bad
you
about
shouting?
it.
I'm like, I'm not shouting.
Right. It's like it's just like the way I articulate myself. And I've always been like, if I found somebody who just gets Lydia talks this way, and Lydia is a good person and a good one, but she talks this way, that's home. But if he's not home, because I can't change. Like this way I speak.
Anyway, but don't say that you don't tell him what to do because you do tell him.
I
what to
do. He needs to clean up the table.
No,
No.
he. He needs to clean up.
needs to
Oh, when
clean
she's
up
on the
the
phone and
table.
she's telling him, she calls him Pap. So she's like, Pap, Pap, where are you? Yeah, you're down here. Yeah, because I'm almost done with my shoot.
See,
I'm like,
that's not even how
I'm
I'm
looking at her
feeling.
like, why are you yelling?
I'm not-
Like, first of all,
yelling.
he's so sweet. He's decided to come. He's going to come and pick you up. And he's like, yeah.
As
Yeah, you
in,
gotta pick me up.
This is
I'm
the,
gonna be
that's,
done
not,
at
that's
7
my
o'clock.
interpretation. This is what I say. I'm
Lydia,
like,
be
"Pa,
honest.
yeah, I'm almost done. Is that loud? Is that bad?
no,
See, that's how I say it.
that's how she speaks.
Okay, I'm going to do 1 week of observing Lydia. I'll even be taking videos of when she's talking to Pap.
Do it.
Okay? When
Do
she's talking
it.
to Pap, and
Do
then we
it.
see, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's how
Next
she speaks.
question.
The questions are finished.
Oh, okay. The
Okay.
questions are finished. Okay, so question: do you like being an alpha female? We know your answer. You?
Yeah, I do. I honestly feel like alpha females generally get more in life. I
Yeah,
feel like we
okay.
get more because we are not afraid to ask for things. We're not
Okay.
afraid to go after what we want. I feel like that attitude of like, I deserve to be here as much as anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, if there's something that I want, why can't I have it kind of thing? That like leaders tend to be like, we'll get our way because we are the ones moving in this direction.
Yeah.
Movers,
Yes.
as Ivy would say, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I
yeah.
would definitely like, I would say I love being an alpha female.
I have
starting.
I have never asked myself that question.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
So and I don't know the answer.
Okay, that's fair enough.
But all I can say is it's working for me now.
But you don't know
And,
if you like
and
it.
I feel like the day that it stops working for me, I'm open to change.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I feel like it comes with a lot of responsibilities, right?
Yes.
And like look at now.
I'm constantly tired.
Always. And look at this, like now, this conversation we're having about my tone. It's like, it's such a natural thing to me,
Yes.
but it seems to be so problematic to the world. And that's such a hard cross to bear. Because when our gate man told me, I was just like, I'm probably the person who speaks to the most people around. I'm friendly,
You're the
I'm
friendliest.
polite.
Friendly.
But when I say hi,
People are like,
where
oh my
you-
God.
everyone runs away.
The kids for sure. That's what they will not want to.
Children are crying.
Why is she shouting?
You know, and I'm just it's hard to live in a world where what comes so natural to
Yes.
you
Yeah.
is such a problem. It's exhausting.
Oh, I get that,
It's
yeah.
It's
exhausting.
exhausting.
Remember how we were talking about how the other day you were at your your family event or whatever, and we're like, how we'll go to family events, and because there's no one who's like taking charge of something, naturally you're just like, you know what,
Let's do this.
let's do this,
Then this.
you do this,
Then
you
that.
do whatever,
Then that.
and
By
you
the
end
end
up
of-
so tired.
I was
because
literally
you are
about to say that it's
unfulfilling.
very tiring
Yeah.
always making the reservation.
It is.
I'm sick of it. Like if I don't make the reservation, then we
doesn't
don't go.
get done.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah, so it is. There's a part of me that's like, I would love to be the person who just kind of likes being taken care of and just sits at home and doesn't really mind. Just it kind of goes with the flow. It's looking for a
Goes
rich
with
husband
the
to
flow.
just
Goes
come
with
and
the
sort
flow.
everything. They there's no too much want, go, do.
Yeah.
I imagine that, but I can't be that.
Yeah,
so-
you can't.
Yeah.
Do alpha females attract alpha males, or do they attract the opposite of that? Do you guys think?
So here's the thing,
I
On the
don't know
one
what to
hand, it's like,
attract, honestly.
right? On the one hand, I feel like I always used to be like the ambitious guy, the go-go guy, the out there guy. That's
The
what
man
I
you
thought
would
I
want.
wanted.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I wanted, and that's what I've always gone for, right? But I've realized that I need a balance with, especially in my space at home. I need someone who's going to be able to just. Right, because
Yes.
I need the moments where my masculine energy is allowed to thrive, even in my relationship. Because if I am with somebody who's so dominant, masculine, and never is able to just sit down,
It just constantly
it doesn't
fighting,
work.
yeah.
It needs to have someone who's
Yeah.
just like, babes, you calm
Yes,
down,
yeah.
or like just watches me do my thing.
Yes.
I need someone to sometimes sit back for me.
I feel like when I was dating and hoeing, I was more attracted to like the alpha males. But when it came time for marriage, it was more the opposite. That one that
You want
that you're
somebody
saying,
who just kind of
somebody
lets
who
a
is like
bit.
more. But also, I feel like that kind of man is alpha, but in his own way. You know,
I feel like that's
at
alpha.
work.
Yeah, but
At work.
Yeah, there are
Oh,
different
at work. Not at home,
Yes,
please.
it's like alpha
Yeah.
in life,
Yeah.
but he doesn't
But
mind.
also, I guess it's that
Yes,
other kind.
it's
Men
just
tend to
the-
have the other kind of female, the other kind of alpha, which
Yes.
is not the loud whatever. It's the I'm a leader. You know, the big dick energy.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
the
quiet.
big
It's
energy, which is
quiet,
just
like
quiet.
big dick
Yeah,
energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
kind
the
of
sweet spot. But now when we're here, we're both here.
Yeah,
We're both here
We are shouting at each other. Lydia,
You know, it's always a fight about.
Or what do you want to order? I don't know. Why don't you order for me every single time?
Is there a
Okay,
more
that's too
annoying
much.
answer than I don't know?
No.
No, there is anything.
Kill me now and good night. Good night.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
He releases all of it to you.
To you.
You
Yeah.
decide. Yeah, I hate
So you
that.
do the ordering.
I'll
and the
literally get you a
deciding.
kiddie burger and chips.
Yeah,
That's really
Kiddie
annoying.
burger
Do not.
chips. Let me ask for someone who is, let's say, people who are watching, and let's say you have from this conversation you have already established you are either an alpha female or you are a beta female, who's obviously the opposite of all the things that we have discussed. You're more timid, you're more happy to be a follower, you're more, you can go after what you want, but you're not as assertive, let's say, as opinionated, kind of thing. Are you set, like, where we were born, apotundo paliuko, or can somebody change and be like, okay, I want to be a more assertive person, I want to be more alpha? Is that possible?
First of all, trauma will do that. Trauma will do that. A lot of my assertive qualities came out of I had to do this. So then you became that, right? So that's one thing that can definitely change. Also, it's like something like being assertive is something you practice. You become. You make an assertive decision. Here, you do this. You do one board meeting. You do another one. You do this.
You practice in the mirror.
You practice, and you can. Character is molded. I don't think you are born and then done. And also, I feel like there are many benefits to being beta. Many benefits. Just rest. I think rest. It's rest.
You're not stressed.
You're not stressed.
You're sometimes when you wake up in the
high strung.
That's so high strung. Let me tell you, when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, the first thing, as soon as I open my eyes, my first thought is, what are the kids having for breakfast? Did we remove the clothes? Okay, we need to whatever. It's raining. They probably need the jackets. But the jackets.
Oh my God, your life sounds like
yeah. And I'm like, Zakian, he just wakes up and he's like, a beautiful day. Wow. That's and I'm like, so there are people who wake up and they're like that.
And that that high strongness, for example, is like when I wake up, it's like there's things that need to happen a particular way. I've meditated, I've done yoga, I've done this, I've had breakfast, I've showered,
and if you don't,
and
you die.
And listen, but also it's like, the shoot is at 3, so by 2 I have to have done my makeup, by 1 I have
my
to have
life is done, out of the house by 2.
Other people don't think that way. Other people are just like, so we should have lunch. You have to have planned in 5 days, 5 working days in advance. Okay.
So there's that alternative, and I feel like there's also so much peace and a lot of all this all the messaging in the media is that that's how a woman should be. So there's so many benefits of that comfort because you're always being told this is the way a woman should be. You're the example. So and also you're never worrying about will you get married? Will you find a man who's not afraid that you're shouting at him? You wonder, you don't have those things in your head. You know that you find a man who's, this is how you're supposed to be as a woman. So there you go.
Zach and I have this phrase in our house where it's like, okay, you're using your leadership voice.
So
like when he says something, I'm like, okay, babe, you've taken your leadership voice. And I'm like, sometimes it's sexy, other times it's like, why are you talking to me like that? Kind of thing. It's like when I'm talking to the kids, it's like, you use your leadership voice.
But you know what?
Crying is at the end when you've lost the argument.
That's a really good way of doing it. It's not your bad tone. It's not your shouting.
It's your leadership voice.
Exactly. Using that. We're taking that on.
And everyone is allowed to have their leadership voice.
Mike has his leadership. It's because you don't see it. It's because you don't see it. That's the problem.
Sweet Mike. Sweet Mike,
media shouting.
It's always me.
I'm sure it is at night, even at night when they're going to bed. Pop, I said good night. I love you.
I love you.
Sweet dreams, man.
In truth.
Baby, not.
Babe, good night, okay? In truth.
What Lydia hears in her head versus what
it's babe, good night, okay?
No, I'm definitely this. Baby, good night. We're not cuddling. You think I could behave? All I was doing is bad.
You're right. Yeah, it's the
S. Okay, so we talked about climate change. Being comfortable with your personality type and using it to your advantage. As we said, there's many advantages to being an alpha. There's many advantages to being a beta. Trust me. And this idea that there's always some kind of competition of beta, alpha. Lie. It's a lie. That what you're comfortable in, be in that and be in that. Well, if you want to be more beta, if you want to be more alpha, all of those, be whatever you want to be. And I feel like women can run in either way. Circles of alpha, circles of beta, in a mixture of both. And it doesn't need to be that fight. I feel like that fight is like this. It's this patriarchal kind of way of thinking that we must be fighting, or when we meet as alphas, it must be okay. So who's leading today? That's not true.
That's not true. I feel like alpha females, because they are so comfortable in their skin, they don't care what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you?
And that's what
me, I'm doing me. Like I'm not competing with you. I'm the baddest bitch in my block. So are you. So are you.
On your block though.
On your block, not my block.
On your block though.
Yeah, I know. And also I would say find people around you who mesh with your personality, I would say, I guess. Because I find that I enjoy being around alpha females.
Yes.
I don't find that I enjoy being friends with beta females. Because for me, I find it frustrating sometimes when someone is not
cutting them.
Talking. Yeah, I'm carrying my back hurts because I'm carrying the conversation and I'm carrying your emotions. Because, and I feel like I like to be around people who I feel match my energy, so I don't feel like I have to be sensitive with what I say. You know, I don't have to. But at the same time, sometimes when I'm with alpha females, I tend to feel like, okay, so now I have to. I want to be the decision maker here. But now I have to decide with you. Like, for example, with our project that we're working on. They're working on this project. And I'm like, okay, I can ask Lydia, but that'll just take more time. And I'm in a position to make the decision. So why not just make the decision?
And then guess what? She sits me down.
Listen, Lydia, don't bring our fights, our dirty laundry.
And
in public.
Even you brought up. I want to hear this.
She sits me down to tell me about how she feels that if she doesn't do it, it won't be done. But as she's just said, she will come to me and tell me, I did. I don't even know which project we're doing. I did.
But listen, me, I was like, if we are both in this project and you are woken up and you know we have not done 1, 2, 3, why don't you wake up also and decide to do the 1, 2, 3 the way me I woke up and decided
why can I not?
Do you understand where
why can I not be you?
Exactly.
Alas, why was I not Joe?
Why are you not Joe? Why are you not Joe?
Why? You know, and
everybody is you.
Yeah,
it
can't be that. Funny enough, the things which you like, for example, now. Let's say we talk about posting TMI. If we were both high strung like you, we would never give each other the space to be able to be like, I'm sure Joe had a lot going on.
Okay.
It was Tana's birthday.
For example,
it's fine.
Let me tell you something. For example, also another thing you do, which I'm just like, really, Lydia? Example. It happened today.
Why? I love this space that we have found ourselves in.
You're a mediator.
I am literally in the messy in between.
Yeah. Okay, literally you're in between.
Yeah.
In the morning, when I was like, Lydia, sign this contract, right? And then you were like, okay, are we signing as TMI or are we signing individually? Why are you asking that question? Because you answer it for yourself.
No, I'm asking you to clarify because you're my partner.
But why?
Yeah, but why would I? So you making a unilateral decision?
You make a unilateral decision.
Why? We are partners. You are right here for a reason.
No, if you want to be partners in everything.
You know what you're tired. You know what you're tired of?
This making decisions.
Being the permission giver.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's because I do that.
But guess what?
She's
also things has to be done this particular way. But you don't want consultation.
Actually, I would rather you have decided and I'm unhappy with your decision than I have to be there at the decision making.
For me, I prefer that I notify first so that we're on the same page, so that we go forward one way, as opposed to we go forward and we have to come back because it wasn't done right.
Okay, how about this?
Yeah,
Joe, I think we should.
Oh, okay, so you want
the language as a question. It's the language, so don't ask her which one to do.
Okay, use it the other way.
You're thinking that's courtesy. Yes.
I'm thinking like, why are you disturbing me with one more thing? You know, I've just had a birthday.
It's not courtesy. You know what it is?
Perfect.
We have a word. There's a word for it. It's called permission seeking.
Yeah.
When you ask, because you want a yes or no answer.
Yeah.
But when you give your recommendation, I recommend we do it as individuals.
Or I recommend.
What do you think about that?
Yes.
Okay. I actually.
So I'm like you. This other person, especially when Zach does it, I'm always like, you have as much information as I do in this context. So you're as empowered as I am to make the decision. So why are you asking me to make the decision?
You know, this was a signing of a contract. So I was like, the way we approached it, first of all, they messaged you. So I was just like, okay, so they had said hi Murugi. So I was just like, okay, so that might be individual, right? Or other times it's like, are we moving forward as TMI, the team, because they want to sign just TMI? So I was just like,
as opposed to Murugi. Okay, well, now when you explain it like that, I understand
and when
that.
I was like, maybe sooner or later we're gonna have to be signing things as TMI because we're one company. So I was just like, are we gonna move forward like that? That was a genuine
I get that now when you've said it. Yeah,
but I think because
obvious. I'm so glad to have been here to help.
Thank you.
Did I help?
There's something else which I wanted to say. I found that the more space I'm given personally to not be doing, the better I feel, right?
Exactly.
And that's
my gosh, yes.
So when, like, for example, now one positive thing about having someone who can chill is that, have we posted today on TMI? No.
Are you asking us a genuine
I'm asking
question?
you a question.
Oh, you're going to catch his hands. I have not posted.
She has not posted, right? So sometimes that's good too. And that's why I want to go moving forward. It's not everything is... It's getting tiring. I'm coming to my 30s. I'm planning on having children. I need to save my energy. But you want the let's go make the decision one day, and sometimes not. And
which we are both that way. And there are some days we are 100% on TMI. Everybody's like, woo, we are posting well. Exactly. Then there are other days it's like 8 p.m. and we're like, hey, no one posted.
And that we need that.
Yeah,
we need that in partnership.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's the chill is okay too.
Yeah, the chill is okay too.
It's very much okay too.
It's okay too.
Hey, oh my God.
We started here and now we're just...
I don't think we're doing any other segment. I think we should...
I don't think so.
I think we're going to outro right here.
Now.
Yeah.
I think that is
Kids,
enough
tell
of
our
a conversation.
Tell our audience something.
Yeah,
something
about alpha females, anything. Something to take home.
You know what? It's okay to be the way you are.
Yeah.
If you are alpha female, it's okay to be like that. If you are not, it's also okay. Yeah. Do you love yourself? That is all that matters.
Yeah. Okay, mine would be, because I know I've always been an alpha female, I guess I just didn't embody it, right? I have found that there's so much power in your softness too. So it's great that you have these big characteristics, but there's a time and a space for it. And your softness, will help you find so much balance. Because all the critics and all the way sometimes we feel like our life is just doing. You will find so much comfort in softness, and that can be home too.
I agree.
That can be home too.
Yeah.
I need to digest that. Sorry. I was digesting what you're saying. I need to think about that further. But I completely agree. And I feel like whatever it is about your life that you are not changing, you are choosing. So if there's something about you that you don't like, if it's the fact that you're argumentative, it's the fact that you don't know how to make love, or that you don't know how to be soft and all these other things. If there's something about yourself that you don't like, you are not changing, you are definitely choosing it. So don't complain about it. Do something about it. That's whether you're an alpha female, a beta female, even if you're male. But we have male audience, and this whole conversation we've made it.
But I feel like I always talk to our target audience.
Oh right, exactly. But I want to encourage you that if there's something about you that you don't like, change it. That's all I would say. 100%. Change it. Absolutely, guys.
Kids.
Wow.
Kids.
An hour. I'm literally a therapist.
An hour plus. Honestly, I feel like you've added so much value to this conversation, babe. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Like, this was so good. I discovered things about myself that I didn't know.
Interesting.
Like the question you asked, do you like being an alpha female?
That piece about, do you like being an alpha female? I hadn't thought about that. I've never thought about that.
Because you've never been anything else. And you've never experienced what it's like to be anything else.
Absolutely.
Guys, please follow her on her platforms. Her content is phenomenal. If you like decor, things like to do with not interior design, what's it called? Organization.
That's on the home team.
On TikTok that you go and you see
I love such things.
The before and after. Exactly. Kitt Kiarie and the home team KE. It's the home team KE, right?
Home team
exactly. She also has an amazing YouTube channel where she has just the most hilarious, the most amazing videos. So go and follow her on there as well.
It's true. Guys, this has been a fantastic conversation. I feel like hearing... Even me, I think I've come to a bit more comfort in my alpha female through this conversation because I've realized there's actually so many positive things about it, and I was just shying away from it because I was told it wasn't the right thing. And funny enough, I think there's a lie about that alpha females can't be with men, or we are unable to be with men. First of all, these two are married. They've been how long have you been married?
10 years.
Incredible. Coming
5 years.
5 years. So it's doable. It's definitely doable. So guys, be comfortable with who you are. I'm so happy about this.
I know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in our next episode. Is episode 30. After this one.
30. Yes.
So it's episode 29.
It's episode 30.
Oh, right. Yes, it's going to be episode 30. I hope by the time we are filming this, we are 30k subscribers because we were so close.
Guys, it's so hard to always know the episode. Someone else know the episode.
Someone must. We can't be alphas always. God. Anyway, see you guys in our next episode. Talk to you guys in our next episode.
Bye.